Ohio State lost 7 defensive starters to the NFL in the 2025 NFL Draft, and somehow their defense might be better than it was last year when they won the national championship. This is a team that has consistently been able to recruit at all 3 levels of their defense, and currently, Ohio State probably has the best linebacker duo in the country. One of those linebackers is Arvell Reese, who is skyrocketing up draft boards with the way that he has performed throughout this season for the Buckeyes. Today, we will talk about Reese's strengths, weaknesses, and ultimately how high I could see him getting taken in the 2026 NFL Draft. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a ton and gets this video out to more NFL Draft fans just like yourselves. Comment down below which prospects you guys want to see in a future video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Arvell Reese was a 4-star recruit in the 2023 recruiting class and was with Ohio State really the entire way. He redshirted his true freshman season and saw the field in very limited reps in 2024. Ohio State played Reese in 309 snaps, where Reese showed some nice upside, posting 24 tackles, 9 run stops, and 7 pressures on the season, and he was expected to get a big usage increase in the 2025 season. And right out the gate, Reese has been one of the most disruptive players in the entire country. So far, Reese has 12 tackles, 15 run stops, and 12 pressures on the year for the Buckeyes, and has been one of the most fun players to watch on a down-to-down basis because of his insane athletic traits. Reese has the goods and is quickly becoming an NFL Draft community favorite. The first thing that is very apparent with Arvell Reese is his athleticism and size, which are an incredibly impressive combination. While he is yet to run an official 40 time, Reese is expected to run somewhere in the low 4.4s to the high 4.5s, which is a pretty incredible time for a linebacker. But it's even better when you factor in that Reese is listed at 6'4", 242 pounds. A lot of linebackers in today's NFL feel like they're getting smaller and don't have the size profile that you are getting with a player like Arvell Reese. And I think that his combination of size and speed will get him looked at very early in the 2026 draft class, not to mention he's got fantastic length as well. One of the areas I'm most intrigued by is Reese's downhill presence, particularly as a run defender. Reese seems to constantly be playing at or around the football, and he is very good as a tackler. So far in the season, Reese has just a 4.2% missed tackle rate, which is an exceptional number, but on top of that, his ability to close on the football quickly is incredibly impressive. In the blink of an eye, Reese has the ability to trigger downhill and blow plays up in the backfield. His first step explosiveness is one of the best parts of his game, and he shows that in run defense. But I also think play strength is another area I feel very confident in. Reese is awesome in terms of his stack and shed technique. He takes on blocks really well, and he's able to beat linemen with his ability to shed blockers. This showed up a lot in the Washington game, where Ohio State did a fantastic job of utilizing Reese as a QB spy. And if the QB broke contain, he had the ability to trigger in the snap of a finger and shut down any potential rushing lanes. Overall, I think Reese brings an incredibly high floor as a run defender and can be a dangerous presence as a downhill Sam linebacker at the next level. But I don't think he's limited to that role. Ohio State plays him all over the defense. They'll play him at the Mike, they'll play him at the Sam, and they'll even utilize him as a blitzer at times, where I think Reese has been a problem for opposing offensive lines. His quickness yet again continues to show up, and he's already got 4 sacks on the year, which for an inside linebacker is a really good number. I love the upside that he can bring as a blitzer, and I'm excited to see if they can continue to tap into that throughout the rest of this season. While there is a lot to love about what Arvell Reese brings to the table between his size and strength and speed, I do think he has a little bit of a ways to go in coverage. Right now, I think the zone instincts and overall coverage feel is lacking. Too often, Reese gets caught staring at the quarterback and receivers are able to get open over the top of him. A lot of this will come with repetition, but I think he has room to improve as a zone coverage defender. I also think that on RPOs and play actions, Reese still has a tendency to bite a bit too much, and once again, defenders are able to make a play. I want to see more overall zone discipline and better coverage feel. In man coverage, I do think Reese has the athleticism, and he has shown on tape the ability to stick with wide receivers, running backs, or tight ends from the slot, and I think he can be good in that phase. I just want to see his overall zone IQ improve, and if he can do that, I think we're looking at one of the best linebacker prospects of the decade. Arvell Reese is a linebacker prospect with a tremendous amount of upside and potential for the NFL game. He checks every single athletic box you want. He's an incredible run defender. He tackles well, and he brings upside as a pass rusher also. He can shed blocks, and I think teams are going to fall in love with the athletic ability that Reese has, and also the versatility that he can bring to your defense. While he is unrefined in coverage, Arvell Reese is still my number one linebacker in the draft class. The way he is playing to start this season has been nothing short of remarkable, and it feels like we're just scratching the surface on what this player can be at the next level. I think he brings a very high ceiling, but if what he is what you get at the NFL, I think you're still getting a very good football player. I think he's one of the top defensive players in the draft class, and I have a top 20 grade on him. In terms of a scheme fit, like we mentioned, I think Reese can play a little bit of everywhere along the defense. He's versatile, but with his ability to shed blocks, come downhill, and take on bigger offensive linemen, I think Reese is best suited to play a Sam linebacker role where he can play the strong side of the offense and make plays in that phase with his size and length really coming into the forefront. I think that's where his skill set profiles best for the NFL game. My pro comparison for Arvell Reese is former Indianapolis Colts linebacker Shaquille Leonard. Leonard had it all. He was big, physical, one of the best downhill run defenders and tacklers in all of football, and was an elite athlete with range. Neither of them were ever the most consistent coverage players, but I think both of them have similar play styles and measurements, and I think defensive coordinators will be able to move Reese around very similarly to how Leonard was. Leonard was an all-pro and a top 5 linebacker in the league when he was healthy, and I think Arvell Reese has that type of upside at the next level. Arvell Reese is an assertive run defender. He's incredibly strong, powerful, and one of the best tackling machines in this class. I think the NFL will absolutely love what Reese brings to the table, and ultimately, I believe that Arvell Reese will be a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft.